Hi, Chef Jeff, and I wanted to give you a couple of quick tips on how to operate the dish room fast and efficient and clean. So these are the first couple of tips for today. The first one is cutting boards. We wash a lot of cutting boards, and a lot of them have stains on them. All right. So anytime you do cutting boards, or even if it's sheet pans, I'll grab one. Cutting boards or sheet pans, when you put them in a rack, you need to leave space. Cutting board, leave a space. Cutting board, leave a space. One of these, something like that. Okay, or it could be all cutting boards. Either one is fine, but you have to leave a space. Now, you can put something else in between it, like say some spoons. After the spoons are scrubbed, you can put them in between. But cutting boards will not get clean if you stack them right next to each other. So keep them spaced out. Here, we'll just keep them spaced out like that. Then, all the cutting boards get stained, so we need to bleach them. We have a bleach spray bottle that we use all the time. Please note, if you have to fill this up, we fill it up with about an inch of bleach at the bottom, and then the rest with water. And don't turn this too tight. This is the spot. We're probably on our 6th or 7th bottle because of over tightening and cracking this right here. All right, so just be gentle. And then you come in here and you want to spray. Now this is going to be this bleach is strong enough that it'll bleach all of your clothing. So you don't want to do that. So bleach the cutting board. Okay, spray it on there. Let it sit for a minute or two. After about a minute or two, then you want to put it into the dishwasher. But when you put it into the dishwasher, if you rub your clothing up against it, you're going to get bleach all over you. So make sure you just kind of keep yourself away from the dripping bleach when you bring it down. Put it into the dishwasher, and then hit the wash button. Okay. So that's cutting boards. Tip number 2 is these things. These are the mats we use underneath the cutting boards. They need to be washed. So when you wash them, you can stuff them in just about anywhere you want to. Okay? These are great to fill in little gaps and cracks in a rack that might not be quite full. Right? And so these, you put them in the dishwasher, of course. Right? Put them in, wash them. After about 2 minutes, when they're ready, they come out. And then they all have a hole in them. Okay? Because if you stack these, we used to stack these on a shelf, and then we get moldy. So this is our newest way of drying these. So they all have a little slit in them, and so just hang them up so that they dry. Okay. Hang those up so they dry nicely. And this has been working pretty well. Right, so you just have to find the little slit. Then they can drip, and they can dry. Beautiful. Now, our third tip for the dish room is plastic stuff. So plastic stuff, it's super light. And so when you take your plastic and you put it into the dishwasher, if you do it just like that, as soon as you hit the wash button, the thing at the bottom spins and water comes up and it flips all your cups over and then they fill up with dirty water. Right? That's not the proper way. So put your cups in, and we like to use the rack with the pegs on it. It works the best to get them clean. The peg rack works the best to get them clean. Then put an empty rack on top of it. Okay? And you put it in, hit the wash button. Okay? After 2 minutes again, they'll be done. But the thing with plastic, it takes the longest to dry. Right? So this is a tip to help all the plastic dry so much faster, and it'll give you more room when you're doing dishes to get them out of the way, so you can be more efficient. So when they come out, tap it a couple times, right? Even tilt it up and shake off the water that sits in the top, right? Shake that off a little bit. Give it a couple taps before you bring it over to put it here. And if you do that, your plastics will dry about 10 times faster. Now, the next tip we have is for putting dishes away. So dishes have to be dry before you stack them. Okay? Before you stack them. But so take a look at my rack here. This rack is made for everything to be a single layer. So that means this top could come out of the dishwasher soaking wet, and you can put it away. Because it's not going to be stacked. You can put it away, and it can air dry while it sits here. That's what these are made for, to be able to put things immediately away and not have to worry about it air drying. The same thing with anything that goes over here. When stuff is, little items are washed and you need a place to put them up here so they can finish air drying, and then you get to open up this space that you need at the bottom. Even stuff like this. These can be soaking wet, and put them away because they'll air dry up there and no bacteria will grow. We have, all the spoons and ladles. Okay? Again, soaking wet, doesn't matter. You can put that stuff away and it will dry without molding or creating bacteria. But bowls are different. Okay? So bowls, when you stack a bowl, if the bowl is wet, it'll start growing bacteria within a couple of hours. So the bowls have to be dry. But let's say, for instance, this bowl was here. Maybe it's dry on top, but wet on the bottom. Well, if it's dry on top and you need the space, just put it underneath, and the wet part will still air dry from here. Or you got a couple of bowls that are still wet, well, just put them single layer, okay, so that you can put things away. Because the goal to a fast and effective dish room is to be able to put your dishes away so you have room for everything that's coming out, and to keep that cycle going all